So I just got done reading chapter 14 of Proverbs, and a verse that stood out to me most in this chapter was verse 2, for which it says, "Whoever fears the Lord walks uprightly, but those who despise him are devious in their ways." So this verse is kind of separated into two different parts, with two different people, which is the fear of the Lord and despising God. So the fear of the Lord is showing respect and reverence towards God, and people who fear the Lord, they live with integrity and they are walking in a straight path. So they are pretty much knowing or have the wisdom between right and wrong. And then despising God is ignoring and rejecting God. And people who despise God, these people end up living in crooked and deceptive ways. So I'm not done with the video yet. I have two other verses that connect with this verse, and they kind of like smash together, and they'll make like a little story or something like that. I can't think of the word right now, but let's get going on to the two verses. So the first verse is Proverbs chapter 1 verse 7, which says, "The fear of the Lord is the beginning of knowledge, but fools despise wisdom and instruction." And then we have Proverbs 14:27, which says, "The fear of the Lord is a fountain of life, turning a person from the snares of death." Okay, so now that we just read those two verses, let's smash together our three little verses and create our story and figure out the order and the meaning of what these verses are telling us. So the first one is Proverbs 1:7, for which it starts off by giving us a foundation. So fearing the Lord is where the wisdom and knowledge will begin. And then we have Proverbs 14:2, which shows us the lifestyle it will produce. So pretty much what we talked about in the beginning of the video, those who fear him live uprightly, while those who reject him live crookedly. And then lastly, we have Proverbs 14:27, which reveals the outcome. So fearing the Lord isn't restrictive. It's life-giving. So it protects us from destructive choices, and it leads us into real lasting life. So that's all we have for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed and got a better understanding of what this verse is telling us and how we should start living and fearing in the Lord, because God will guide us into the right path. So that's all we have for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I hope you all have a great night. I love you all. God bless.